Welcome on back and gather around everyone to some more Age of Wonders 4 Rise of the Godir Story Realms. We are back for Grexolis, which is actually the very final of the Story Realms. Let's get on in here and show you. So we have completed the Valley of Wonders is Imric. We completed the Enchanted Archipelago as Count Bochdalus, Crimson Caldera as our version of Apophis, and then the Eternal Court as Li Dao the Fire Dragon. So we are now moving on into the final realm, Grexolis, which I have not even attempted yet. Can kind of remain entirely unspoiled for our first run here together. It's supposed to be incredibly difficult. I've heard all sorts of complaints over on the Reddit about Grexolis here, so let's see what we can do. We are playing as the Spider God here. Thank you all for voting into that poll. I really appreciate all your support in that poll there. So, for our realm setup, we are going to be the spearhead of a Shadrai alliance, invading the fractured world of Grexolis, hidden in the mists of the Astral Sea. Facing the Custodian, whom the Archons left on this world to guard the ancient magic which lies buried here. I'll be playing with the realm traits Fractured Worlds. This world was torn from reality in ancient times. Astral Void breaches the land, shattering the surface of this world. Astral Rifts are the only infestations present on this realm. And there won't be any kind of water on the main overmap. It'll all be filled in by an Astral Void, which you cannot cross, I believe, unless you have flying. So that part I do at least know. I've watched some others play Grexolis to kind of get the hang of it, but I have not jumped in myself. So I guess not fully unspoiled. There's going to be a forbidden domain here, where the entrance to the world is forbidden by celestial decree. All units of all players, except for the Custodian of the realm, are going to be permanently conflicted by Condemned, which is going to drop status resistance by 3. Pretty nasty little debuff, and if anyone has Zeal or anything like that, it'll also be increasing the damage we take from them. We've got also Holy Protectors. This realm has been blessed by the purity of Archon faith. All roaming wildlife is affected by celestial enchantments. The Custodian of this realm may also invoke the spirits of the ancient Archons themselves to come to their aid. It just means all our normal marauders and wildlife will be a little bit more beefy than normal, and then the Custodian has cheat codes more than the AI normally cheats, which is always fun. Holy cheats. Lastly, we have the Custodian's Dogma here, which would have all civilized inhabitants of this realm are subjects of the Custodian. So free cities are rare, and all belong to the Custodian of this realm. Playing on hard difficulty, of course, and let's
your journey starts.
Show off our faction. Jump into our custom. Down here quite a ways. Where are you hiding? Alright, that took far longer to find than I care to admit. We are here with Hit That Hungers. Let's go ahead and show off the faction here. So we'll jump in before we dive immediately in. So we are Goblins, which have been changed up a little bit, be sneaky, and have the Dread Spider mount, so we have a little bit more health. Gain the web ability Swift, and become Cavalry, which is awesome. A fantastic little combo here. We are the primal culture of the Tunneling Spider, so our people are going to be worshipping the Tunneling Spider, bestowing benefits to their culture. We start in the underground. Our cities begin in the underground, gain an additional province annex range. We get farms on cavern terrain. Cities are going to ignore the city stability penalty from lava and chasm terrain in their domain. Mushroom Forest are favorite terrain and can grant you additional knowledge. We'll also have the Primal Spider Summon, which is a blight damage unit. Have Cave Walk, so we can move faster through the cave floors, and have the Tunneling Spider's Boon. So as we gain stacks of Rising Fury, it'll turn into Fury of the Tunneling Spider, granting you blight damage and lifesteal. Nice little combo. A primal culture also is going to be society of people who worship powerful animal spirits and channel their fury during battle. They receive blessings by altering their environment. They have higher food income, and then they'll be altering their provinces into primal animals' favorite terrain, which for us is those mushroom forests. Spiders love mushroom forests. For our society traits, we're going to be ritual cannibals because forest goblins. And then we are playing as a subterranean society. They know the earth like no other, favoring the depths of the realms to the turbulent surface. Underground cities are going to gain 20% more food income, which is going to really boost up the food income we already gain for being primal. Underground passages grant us 2 Imperium, and that's for if you have one on the ground, underground, and the surface, it'll grant you 2 per. Which is very good. And then lastly, we have Excavation of Underground Provinces has a chance of uncovering an additional resource node, which is busted if you get it to trigger a couple times in a row. We can start with Excavation, so we can excavate earthen terrain to dig up new provinces to explore. Our first Tome of Magic will be the Tome of Alchemy for Poison and Materium combo, as well as a little bit more knowledge if we have any kind of province improvements adjacent. We are Eldritch Sovereign, which is going to have access to powerful control hero skills. We'll have unique hero signature skills, which are going to be all about performing different kind of Eldritch rituals, where we sacrifice thralls to gain powerful ritual spells, like I was currently saying. We'll start with the Clairvoyance ritual, which lets us reveal the closest undiscovered infestation or ancient wonder, very good for scouting in a hurry, and then enthrall populations. We get to lose one population for our own or vassal city. If you lose it on a vassal, you lose relations with them, but you gain 3 thralls. You sacrifice population to gain sacrifices, which seems pretty on flavor. Eldritch Sovereigns are going to be Eldritch Governors, so for Renown level 1, each special province improvement is going to cost 20% less gold and production to build. At Renown level 2, each SPI is going to grant the city an additional stability. At 3, each population grants 2 mana, and at 4, they grant you 2 knowledge, which is very, very good. Eldritch Sovereigns will also have a 5 mana unit upkeep and cannot equip legs or mount items because they are horrifying tentacled beasts. Yes.
Reveal yourself.
Our Eldritch Sovereign is going to be a mage, of course, so specializing in dealing high damage. And then with the Relic of Flesh, a long-range weapon that deals blight damage and inflicts decaying and poison, 2 very, very dangerous poison spells, kind of back-to-back there, and then Eldritch Rituals are going to be your normal thing you get for being an Eldritch Sovereign. I've gone for the kind of combination of tentacled, as many eyes as we can shove on this creature as we can. I think I've created something rather horrifying here with the green eyes for the blight. We could switch it over to maybe being red eyes for... yeah, I kind of like that more. Let's do that. We'll go red eyes. And then our goblins are a little bit different looking. Actually, let's change... that's not the color I had initially. I was having them be extremely kind of pallid. Like they were... they've either been bitten a whole bunch. So the forest goblins, they're really strange compared to other goblins. We'll explain kind of as we go, but they, instead of worshipping Gork or Mork, the 2 kind of twin gods of brutalness and cunning, they worship the spider god, which is all about kind of ambushes, venom, and, of course, spiders. Everything else here looks perfect. We finalize...
begins.
I like that it asks us to overwrite. Everything here is exactly the same except for our eye color. Let's begin. I'll get to explaining the kind of lore to the forest goblins when we jump into Grexolis proper.
Glory to all Godir, and glory to the Shadrai. The rousing hymn of the Shadrai was heard far and wide, as they gathered to use the Gildercoil and embark from Magehaven to challenge the Archons themselves. For too long had archaic Archon dogmas controlled the cosmos and determined what should exist and what shouldn't. It was time to ring in a new age and break the chains that fettered the true potential of the Pantheon. Grexolis was the long-sought-after target of the Shadrai. It was a world whose mere existence had been concealed by the Archons in great effort, as it contained the forbidden magic of ancient times. The Gildercoil not only guided the Shadrai to Grexolis, it was the very key to opening the World Vault itself. Coming to Grexolis meant to seek celestial judgment, but the Shadrai were prepared.
So let the invasion begin. Of what sounds like a bunch of pestilent children. Yeah, no, just... we want to control the world and we don't like what you've told us. Oh, these are... oh, we got a little bit gypped here. These are 2 maps, but I guess it'll show us the area. A new ruler emerges, explore your surroundings and expand your domain. Prepare to face your rivals, become the master of this realm. Your choices will shape the new age of wonders. We've gone through all this, of course. Let's get to it. Our starting magic is going to be Ancestral Harmony. Healing 15 temporary hit points, and Fury the Spider heal twice that amount, up to 30. And then create Afflicting Miasma and a 1 hex radius. Units passing through will become weakened and have Afflicted, so any kind of damage they take they'll receive a negative status effect based on that damage type, which you can see here. It's a pretty good, if you've already dropping debuffs on them just to start, it's a really good way to layer those up in a hurry. Okay, we're here at the World Vault. Our unique Pantheon quest, be victorious on Grexolis. Looking at the fragmented continents of Grexolis, you are approached by your Shadrai allies. A world sacrificed for a greater purpose. Commendable, yet in vain. Lithal Nightweaver speaks slowly, and with gravity, as if every word she just pronounced was a challenge in itself. The Archons did what they deemed to be just, but their strength was dwindling. Where they saw danger, we see potential. We have the Gilded Coil, the only key to the World Vault called Grexolis, yet it may only be used when all of Grexolis is under our control. Hear more of Grexolis and its warden. Accept this quest. Ooh, a new character emerges. Eadgard Worldbender. Of the Grave he's got mole people. So he's an industrious bulwark. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how the industrious factions tend to suffer quite a bit when it comes to facing other AI. We'll see how this goes. Industrious runesmiths and wonder architects, they do get to start next to a architect or a wonder, which is pretty nice. He's threatened. Get out of here, you. Let's give you a proper dot. The Archons left a powerful warden to watch over their forbidden world. Eadgar Worldbender takes out a jeweled figurine and puts it on a pedestal. Uriel Tolarim is the first of the Godir, and a loyal friend of the Archons. He could have been a god. Instead, he became a mere watchman, waiting for the foe to strike him down. Eadgar crushes the figure with his left fist. Some sacrifices are worth making. We shall discuss the battle plan. Oh good, Burnface is back. Enough talk. Destiny does not wait. Yaka ignites the shards of the broken figurine until they incinerate. It does not matter who or what stands in the way of our victory. We are Godir. We are Shadrai. Gone are the cursed times when we had to trust in the schemes of lowly mortals to achieve our goals. Nothing can withstand our combined magical force. Together, we will cast a spell that shakes the foundations of Grexolis. Alright, half-burn face Palpatine, calm down. We've got a Ritual of the Pyre, which lights people ablaze every 2 turns. That'd be great if we were going for a build on that. Ritual of the Drowned Nimue here, too. I guess she decided to stay quiet after her clapping in the last one. Or her fight with Boctolus. Perform the Ritual of the Drowned, gives us every 5 turns, an army of the Drowned races rises under the control of the Shadrai. That's interesting, so you get an army of probably her chosen children. Those Gaia's chosen toad people. That may be a good call for us. Or Eadgard's Ritual of the Shattered Earth, which has an effect that for every 3 turns, a random province owned by an enemy player is hit by the Pyroclastic Eruption spell, which will pillage a province, cause enemy units to take damage in that province, turn it into an ashland. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's by far the most devastating one for our foes here. Because I don't believe they have a way to re-terraform lands back once they've been destroyed. That's pretty dang strong. Or Lithal's Ritual of the Miracle. So whenever a non-ethereal unit dies on the strategic map, at least one Shadrai army is within 5 hex range. There's a 15% chance of an astral creature comparable strength spawning under control of the nearby Shadrai. Oh, that's definitely the strongest one, and it will likely keep our allies alive. So we are going to go for also a challenge. There is a achievement for keeping all of your allies in this battle alive, called All for One and One for All, where if any of them fall, you just don't get the if any of them fall before achieving victory, you don't get the achievement, which we are going to attempt to go for here today. We'll see. So we start with Eadgard, Lithal, Nimue, and Yaka as our allies. Lithal up here in the north with all of her icy tundra. Nimue over here next to some astral void. She wishes this was ocean. Yeah, I feel like Nimue is going to be the worst of our allies here. She doesn't tend to do very well on the main campaign either. For all of her strengths. And then down here in Gauntlet. Also, they're underground with us. Interesting. So we begin here in the very center of the map. If we can kind of do some thinking. That's a small section. We start in the center, so there's very unlikely to be anything near us except for maybe a free city. Since Nimue and Yaka are here, there's high likelihood to be a faction here and over here. Since Eadgard is underground, they tend to spawn pretty close. So there's either a faction in one of these two spots. And then this is a huge faction, or a chunk of the map that's unseen, so there's one likely here. And when I said I have seen part of this map, this is as far as I've seen, so we are in uncharted territory from here, lads. Let's do this. So here at the Valley of Many Eyes, also called a Black Pit to the Empire. That's kind of the most holy site to the Forest Goblins. It's where all of your Arachnarok spiders they will all, like whales, which migrate. Arachnarok spiders, which are basically spiders the size of many houses put together, also migrate all to the Black Pit, which is great, because that's where all the Forest Goblins are, and they basically set up shop there to take advantage. Forest Goblins, like I was saying, are kind of crazy because they are no new locations to reveal. So these are completely wasted. That's exciting. Hell, unfortunate, but that's just the way it is sometimes. Are there no enemies surrounding us here? We kind of got a little bit unlucky with our starting foes. I'm going to leave the infestation for now. Because if we can get up to one of our Empire Development skills where we can benefit from the infestation as well, we're going to try to. Otherwise, we'll just run down there and bop it. All our goblins together. And we start in an area where we don't really have to do any excavating either, which is unfortunate, because that is one of our main ambitions for our lord here. Alright, so you go next too. So basically, the Forest Goblins, instead of worshipping Gorkamork, worship the Spider God, the entity we've created here. And instead of like the Night Goblins, we'll do all sorts of mushroom concoctions to try to hallucinate to see either Gorkamork or what have you. The Forest Goblins inject themselves with all sorts of horrifying spider venoms to try to commune with the Spider God. A lot of the Forest Goblin shamans don't survive this, but the ones that do tend to gain extreme powers. So the Forest Goblin is a real entity, but only the Spider God rather is a real entity, but only the Forest Goblins can see it and commune with it. All the other greenskins think there's something a little bit wrong with the Forest Goblins, which there definitely is. Let's go Blight Spike here. And we can show off the rest of our units too, so we've already used our ability for It the Hungers. But we have got a Blight Spike, which is a very, very long range blight damage, uses all of your action points for the turn, and has a chance of poisoning and decaying enemies. So they take a stacking 4 blight damage and in blight damage and can't heal. Decaying is horrifying and is also very rage-inducing for your friends. Also generate 2 Spider's Boon, which is very nice. If anyone gets a little bit too close, you can use the Blight Rebuke to give them a smack in the face with a bit of a splash of poison. Or we can Eldritch Mind Control, so when anyone gets within 4 hexes, we can steal that unit for a single turn, and if unsuccessful, they just reduce their action points to 1 for that next turn too. Even if you fail, they still have their points reduced to almost nothing. How far can all of you move? I don't really want to get hit by... because it pushes you back, does it not? Yeah. We can move up to... here, we get into the zone for each. Bring the Primal Darter over, that way it's not as easy to be charged. Okay, so the other units we have here are our Tier 1 shield unit called the Protector, which for us, since we have the Spider Mouths, is going to have a lovely Cave Spider. They've got just kind of your typical melee strike, which will be generating you Tunneling Spider's Boon per strike. We've got a Web ability, which generates 1 stack as well. But in a 2-hex cone, it's going to deal 12 damage, slow, and have a chance of immobilizing enemies, which is incredibly strong, especially since these are also on all our scouts too. We've got Primal Renewal, which once we have maxed tier of Fury the Tunneling Spider, we can remove those and heal per stack. And then we've got Corpse Eating, of course, so we can eat a corpse to heal 15 temporary hit points. Shield wall is what you normally expect from your protectors. And then, of course, we're condemned. Nothing else too exciting going on here for them. Just your tier 1 shield healer, but for these guys, they can heal once they hit max tier of their tunneling spider or whatever their chosen spirit animal's boon is. Here we've got the hook-nosed primal darters, which have a blowgun, just dealing physical damage, or a disengaging shot, which will allow you to shoot a unit directly in front of you and jump back 3 hexes, giving you a little bit of space and dealing some blight and physical damage, giving you also some stacks of Rising Fury. Once they hit Rising Fury, they just deal more damage. They don't have anything too incredible, but what's good about them is they can get out of combat in a hurry. They seem to have less range than normal archers, though, so you will have to keep that in mind. Alright, shield wall up, and then lastly, here we have our tier 3 Ancestral Warden, which is a polearm unit, wearing a Wendigo skull here, having a devastating melee strike that deals more damage to cavalry and large targets, and then a primal lunge, which allows you to jump to a hex and deal damage to all adjacent units, and then enter defense mode. Good for getting in behind baddies. Alright, what else we got here that's exciting? Scouts are just scouts, and then we've already explained it to the Hungers. Sweet. Your turn. Alright, clever. They slowed down our pole arms and then hit them with a charge strike. That way they didn't actually get any retaliation. Step back, we're going to get hit there. We can also drop down the miasma for how much? 15? That's pretty expensive. I don't really want to spend any of that right now. What if instead we mind control the elephant here? Yeah, you belong to me now. And then have it go obliterate... yeah, say these guys back here. Big smash. That'll do. We can move our scouts to here and then drop the slow. We immobilize both. We don't have to worry about them at all. You know, that's perfect. We'll step out of the foliage here and then just shoot you twice. Pop, pop. One of the beetles falls. Yeah, we'll go ahead and strike them. They're already slowed, so they will not be retaliating. Then we can have you pounce behind here. Excellent. If we need to go for the heal, it'll only cost 5 mana, so we will do that in case of emergency. For now, there are no emergencies. You go fight our elephant. The big dumbs. Which then obliterates them. Alright, we'll use the darter to finish off these beetles then. Yep. Definitely flank and poison the big horrifying elephant. Move up here, go for the immobilization. We did it. Take down a few more of you clowns. And then, can we go for a heal? We sure can. Snack on these beetles, yum yum. Delicious dung beetles. And a stab. Perfect. We get jumped by some beasties. Yeah, because they get to consume debuffs. Go for the Blight Strike on the elephant. Run up and go for the Killing Blow. Nicely done. They get some retaliation. I'll just shoot them with our archers then. And the end. Well done, scouts. And that's 9 food and mana in the Valley of Many Eyes, and because a non-ethereal unit died, we got a wisp. How exciting. Ants production. Alright, sweet. Can we excavate up here? No, that is a bit of bedrock. Fair enough. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into the Valley of Many Eyes here. Give it our Whispering Stone until we find... I guess we can't give it to any city-states at all, so we'll keep it to ourselves. Palisade walls and ballista to start here. Alright, so let's go ahead. Well, the Woodcarver's Workshop gives food, too. What a strong building type. And all you need is a Forester? Sold. We'll do this and then the library next. And let's go ahead and grab another Spirit Tracker for now. Arcane Research. Mysterious Tonic. Granting positive status effects while removing a negative one. Fumigation is a siege project for blight damage and 2 weakened. And then an Afflictor. Shoot repeater crossbow and has a miasma shot. Give me the Goblin Crossbowman. Alright, for our spells we have that Enthrall Population, Mesmerizing Draft. Ooh. That's probably pretty useful. We don't have anything else to use our Brawls on for now, so Draft it is. Boom. Don't worry about what's crawling out of the sewers, those are your new friends. We have the Clairvoyance Ritual and the Dark Knowledge one. 200. Oh. Well, it's time to start saving. You make it back into friendly territory? No. So, you're fine. Alright, the turn is again ours. And because there are so many actual players in this realm, we will make sure to cut out all of the interns. That way it's much more smooth to watch. So, Spirits of the Mushroom Forest. Investigate the apparition. You've led your chosen Gobbos, ardent followers of the Tunneling Spider, to a new realm, when something catches your eye. Not far from the Valley of Many Eyes, a wondrous tree pulsates with invigorating energy. Its strangely familiar energy inspires you, even from afar. A faint chirp on the wind calls you to it. Your eyes fixed on the tree, you discern a faint apparition of immense power. Could it be? Is the ancestral spirit of your chosen goblins? The Tunneling Spider herself? No, it's me, fool. One of my aspects. Does the Tunneling Spider, whom your people intimately call the Underadder? Why the Underadder? Interesting. Truly grace this realm. You should visit the Tunneling Spider Den presently. I will meet with her right away. Well, indeed. Let's just send our scout to do that. Spears of the Forest and Aftermath. When you arrive at the Tunneling Spider Den, the visage of the Tunneling Spider that lured you to there has disappeared. Yet you feel ensnared, as if you've sprung a trap you cannot see. You examine the enthralling tree and notice that its trunk and branches are overgrown with pungent mushrooms. The Underadder's influence is palpable here. You recall ancient legends that promise formidable boons to the most ardent torchbearers of the Tunneling Spider. Claim this territory so that you may build the temple which invokes the power of the Tunneling Spider to slowly turn your domain into mushroom forests, where your chosen goblins thrive. Win the Underadder's favor by securing at least 2 Tunneling Spider dens to build the temple there. The spider is guaranteed to notice your devotion then. We shall indeed do such. We need to secure a secondary den. We gotta find where they're at then. They should all be underground, so it should hopefully not be too hard to secure. Let's send our scout this direction. So we've got some umbral monsters this way we can pretty easily beat down on. How far away do we have to be? We'll move here then. Have the Wisp initiate the fight. And then a low-risk battle. Umbral Juggernauts. I've seen these as mounts many times, but never have I seen the Eldritch Maggoty boys in battle themselves. On death, summon 3 Splittlings, really. Well, that's fun. You can see they've all got kind of different blessings, which I didn't check on last time. So these guys have the Legion of Zeal, meaning they deal 2 additional spirit damage, which is doubled against condemned units, which, hey, lucky them, we always are condemned. And pretty much all of your guys here are going to have different enchantments like that. So they already have the Legion of Zeal and the Mighty Meek. They have Faithful and deal additional spirit damage on attacks for each tier of whatever they're fighting. So they've got a heap of extra holy damage. We'll fight this one ourselves to make sure we limit, hopefully, the damage coming our way. Let's see. Astral Wisps are fun. There's a Cosmic Battle Mage that deals 3 lightning, fire, and ice damage, and then has a chance of sundering resistance. which will help us deal even more blight damage ourselves. I'm going to use the wisps a little bit as bait, though. Can't hit anyone from here, so we're going to move up quite a bit. Full arms to here. And that looks good to me. Bring it on in, fools. Start off with some damage on the Astral Wisps, then. Decaying is perfect. Let's step into the Shrooms and just go into guard mode. I'm gonna bring the Wisps around. The Umbral Juggernaut can only hit here. Move up ever so slightly. And then you step over to capitalize on whenever it does show up. Perfect. We can go for the Ancestral Harmony here. And pass. As I probably explained before, you want to give the enemy first target, or first strike on most of your units. But you want to do so in a way that is going to be less beneficial to them. So now we mind control. You're the most dangerous by far. We'll mind control you. If we can't make it all the way back to the wisps, we'll just go take out these spiders. Send the scouts up to harass. Excellent. I don't know if the shield bangers can hit both. Hold Alt to have them deal a heap of damage to the Umbral monsters here. Which I think is a really good idea, so we'll go ahead and deal some damage to a friendly target here. And that's your way of dealing damage to a mind-controlled unit before it comes back to your side. That Umbral Malady is obnoxious. Super, super obnoxious. You run to here and fire bolts in to weaken them. The Pounce here kills one of these units. But I don't want to deal with the Juggernaut, so let's Pounce to here. Can we use the web on our own unit? No, we can't. That's a little bit hateful, I can't lie. Well, let's heal these lads up once more. I do not have a desire to lose our tier 3 unit already. And pass the turn. So glad they blasted them. Wisps. And our own wisps kill the big Eldritch Bear. Yeah, you want to kill it last just because the splitterlings that spawn. Awesome. 3 more food and mana. Travel on down this way, so we need to expand quickly up towards this temple. And scouts will go down east direction. You can excavate this province for me. It that hungers has leveled up. So for your Eldritch Sovereign, you have your own set of skills similar to the Dragons, the Wizard Kings, and the Champions. The Eldritch Sovereign has kind of the most, it seems like the most skills available to choose from, where we have the Astral Wisp Ritual, Astral Summoner, and Magic Banes. You can summon in different astral units. We have the Eldritch Phase, allowing us to teleport 3 and then 6 X's away. Eldritch Ritual is just gaining us more hit points, and then the Dark Knowledge skill that we already have. Interesting. So just more hit points, really. More hit points there. Delirium has a chance of becoming inflicted with Insanity. So you have one a Mind Control and one Insanity. That's pretty dang awesome. We might go for that. Or we can go through the Eldritch Caster for more World Map casting points, ignore status resist, more damage, sustains 20% health, and loses status resist until the next combat. in targeted adjacent provinces take damage too. Jeez, that is powerful. Let's just go for the Eldritch Caster. Gives a little bit more casting points and the ability to ignore status protection. Oh, yes, I didn't show. He is a Delver, so he aims to dig up the treasures of the underground. Major ambition to clear an underground infestation, which there's one right under our city there, which gives us Unstoppable Leader, so all our units in the army have Unstoppable Juggernaut, allowing them to smash through non-fortified obstacles without slowing, which is great. And it would also give us 150 renown. Otherwise, excavating a province will give us 25 renown each. We want to get hard to work tunneling through the area down here. It's only 15, but it's only a turn. I don't really feel like spending Imperium on a single turn. Let's go ahead and grab an additional protector for the spider mount. Alright, day 3 is upon us. We can excavate that province all the way over there. This is a long ways away from this infestation, so let's just move down in this direction. On Grexolis here, we don't have a lot of time. We want to be moving pretty quickly. But we did not spawn with anything really surrounding us here. Oh, hello. Now there's an Umbral Mistress. Guess we spoke way too soon. We also don't want to mine all these provinces here, otherwise Spider God can't. Yep. Let's bring you over to the right. Would have messed with our margins here. Whoops, let me fix this. All better. Alright, digging that on up in a hurry. We've got some iron ore found here, which is perfect. Looks like 2 sets of iron ore. Lots of extra production. You love to see it. I'm not going to have him dig up the province because we need the Spider God to do it, but we'll keep working our way towards wherever this infestation's hiding. We'll grab that creature cage. You come on over this one. I think you can dig this up. Yeah, no problem. And then we shall recruit. I mean, that many web... The ability to just stop people from moving is silly. Alright, day 4. The first Godir. Oh good, we've met. He's an angelic orc. A harsh voice which seems to resonate from the depths of the Astra Void commands you to leave Grexolis. Flee, you fools! Turiel Talarim comes forward, stern and immovable like a lone rock within the tide. You have come to a forbidden world. Leave now and you may yet live. Stay, and you will indeed meet your doom. You cannot fathom the evil which I guard. It is not the warden you should fear, but the prisoners. Heed your allies, we're gonna thump this poor orc in the forehead as he's already told us he is weak. It need not be like this, Turiel Talarim. Lithal speaks with a tender voice, looking him straight in the eyes. We have much in common. Why fight amongst us Godir, when the true enemy is breeding new darkness by the day? Would it not be wise to leave this post and join the Archons in their fight, while retaining peace with the Shadrai, who could be valuable future allies? Turiel remains silent. It seems he does not deem Lithal's words worthy of any reaction. The diplomatic state between Turiel and all Shadrai changes to war. He had his chance for peaceful surrender. Now he shall be torn asunder. Let's move on down. Now, where is this infestation? Looks like we're going to find out it is a extremely powerful one. Yeah, that's 3. Yikes, you get back here and join this army. It's an Astral Rift. Oh, goodness. A Lost Wizard already is too much for us. Other rulers have started a war. So be it. So where did we meet him? Or did we? I don't think we did. Capture Celestia. Viability good? Really? I wish I had the gold to offer this then. If they're already going to take it down. Well, it's right above Lethal. Valley of Many Eyes can annex its first province. We'll go ahead and grab a... I want a forester, I guess, but I want a forester, but we have no choice. We'll grab a farm up here next to the temple. A bunch of stuff that I'm not looking to build just yet. The stone steel is reduction in food, where the tunneling spider temple will start terraforming, which seems like a good call. Let's go terraforming now, library after. And then we can annex another province here and grab one of the iron nodes for sure. Grab a forester here. 60? Not really looking to spend 60 yet. Area excavated. Let's see what's down this way. So we are at least isolated over here. Gold vein found. Awesome. Wisp, get down here to join. Only our Ancestral Warden won't be healing. That's okay. Get the Hunger's gained some renown, and we've got a pretty large group of Marauders here. And the good news is it's a bunch of wisps. The bad news is they are all wisps that have been buffed up by just being on this realm. Carrion bird, welcome. Wisp is too far away to help. Unfortunate. Vampire, spider hatchling. Oh, look, spiders. Seems we outnumber them vastly now. What we'll do is we'll walk to here. And then have just the Ancestral Warden come out and punch him in the face. A risky battle. Scrap Hermit. A couple of units that will heal naturally. Butcher Ogre can one-shot. The rest of these are pretty weak. Let's do this. Definitely want to use these mine choke points to our advantage. As well as the fact that we have some fairly expendable troops. Vampire Spider. Other Protector behind them. And then the Carrion Bird flying in formation. Alright, so you should be able to fire from here. And let's go ahead and Blight Spike these crows. They have the most models, so let's weaken their damage. We got Poison and Decay, so they'll be taking 14 damage next turn. Good stuff. Bring the action, baddies. Once again, we'll get blasted to bits by the Astral Wisp. I think we go ahead and take over the control of these gargoyles for sure. I'm gonna send them round to bother the wisps. That's a battle mage completely eliminated. Move it under control and go for the immobilization. It worked on just about everyone. Bleed, poison, and decay means they are very doomed. Bounce in behind. We'll move to here. Assume a corpse? Hang on now. We should have, we can do that next turn with them. Drop the web here so they are slowed and immobilized. Yeah, I mean, we could. Doesn't quite kill now. Go ahead and shoot here. Bit of damage. Let the wisps do the same to this unit. You're immobilized, but let's go ahead and just get closer for a good strike next turn. Otherwise, you're gonna get chopped in the back by these guys, which is gonna be no fun. Even loaded up. And turn. Oh, they do an AoE, really? Oh yeah, of course, they got the acid spray. Immediately go ahead and snack on these corpses for me. Yum yum delicious. Light spike, pretty good damage there. Now things are a little bit spicy though. Go ahead and shoot the blowgun thrice here so we can get as many Rising Fury stacks as possible. Sudden resistance would not have been effective. Oh, okay. Well, send the vampire spider hatchlings to go bother the charge unit here. Alright then. Goblins have that. They have the best time no matter what game they're in. Go ahead and flank. I guess you're not allowed to flank. Do some damage there. 3 hits allows you to nearly get the Rising Fury. Oh, it allows you to get it out. Absolutely. Ow. That's gonna hurt bad. Well, no real choice. Let's kill this unit, weaken everyone else's morale, and then hope that's what we need. These guys were showing a stun. Oh, they only work for the single turn. Well, that's a big yikes. Good news is they took out one of our Astral Wisps, which are so very expendable. Go and finish off these Hermit Crabs. Scrap Hermits no more. Blight Rebuke does a lot of damage. Let's go Blight Spike here. Poisoned but not decaying. Vampire spiders, immune to bleeding. Well, let's go ahead and absorb the retaliation here. Yep, that flank is the end. Critical hit chance. No crit. Oh, that's enough to finish. We'll snack on these corpses. And then not take any damage whatsoever. Last swing was a critical hit, dealing 13 blight damage. We just lost more Astral Wisps. 15 food, 15... There's a whole bunch of stuff going on there. You go ahead and excavate this province for a little bit more renown. You go ahead and join with the crew. Max heals here. Looks pretty dang good. We shall then produce the library. Don't really have the extra stores to rush anything along just yet. Sirona declared war on you. Where are they at? The world may never know. It's got a metal... a golden golem. Deals damage to all guild units within a 3 hex radius if they're killed, and this unit heals. I do definitely remember the gilded golem being very potent. Your ruler has leveled up once more. We can go Eldritch Caster. We can go Desperate Anguish. Magic attacks gain damage. Or we've got Forgotten Tome signature skills give their next spell -1. Get their next spell -1 turn faster. We probably just want to go all in on that, so let's go Eldritch Caster 2 and then into Forgotten Tome Mastery. Yeah, no, I'm thinking we can definitely go for a little bit more rushing of our population here. I mean, these are actually claimed, they're already cleared. Not a very, but we'll go ahead and grab the mana node here. And pop a research post. No, I lied, Morgan. We'll grab a quarry over here. An X-infested province? Yeah, it'll be alright. It also gives us the above ground zone, giving us 2 additional Imperium, too. We could rush this as well for 60 more. And then just grab this one. For a farm. Only to make sure we acquire the cavern. So now it's got 4 Imperium. Alright, day 6 dawns, and we've uncovered a... oh, nasty. A Mistling, Blessed Dragon, Crow, Vampire Spider, and a Lytheran Core. This unit not nearly as intimidating as the others, but still, that is a nasty group. We do have our Afflictor research complete. Let's go ahead and secure a very fast movement for all of our scouts. We are quite wounded here, aren't we? Iron, mana, new empire development skill available. We can founder absorb cities faster, and then they have more population when we do so. That'll be good eventually, but not yet. We haven't really cleared the area around the Valley of Many Eyes yet. We know there's something good down this way, so we shall make that trip soon with Big Papa. We've got this big cavern down here that's opened up. There's another one down here with lava, which we could use to give us some research. We'll get there. Yeah, this scout will have you come on around and excavate this province. Please and thank you. It's much bigger than I thought it'd be. And then we'll have the Grimbeak Crow come over to join with this crew, and we'll fight these Mistlings. Including the scouts, bring everyone in together. We bring in any extra reinforcements with the Protector? Maybe. Yes, we can indeed. We'll have you join up with the Grimbeak Crow, and then we shall jump the fools. Spells ready to cast, we're going to ignore those. Except for maybe the Draft Ritual would be a bad one, because we could quickly speed along our growth even further here. Let's, either way, jump into the fight. Risky battle. How does AI handle it? We lose a lot of units. We can do a little bit better. Alright, they core linked with the Mistlings. That's going to be a problem. With a 20% reduction? Fun. So if we sit here, we have the Mistlings coming straight in. We can Blight, spike them all the same. Oh, we just miss outright. That's fun. Yeah, missed that the Mistlings put out are pretty devastating for that. Go ahead and move our scouts up. Mistlings can do some pretty decent damage if we let them, so we need to keep our guys around the corners here as much as possible. And just scuttle on in. No one's really close enough, so we'll have to make a kind of shield wall with you two. In the meantime. Carrion Bird, and then the Vampire Hatchling. Bring it. Okay, playing a bit dodgy. I'll keep blight spiking the mistlings, no problem. That's a Gray's core link. And resists all of the debuffs too. And it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. Hit our general. Let's bring you over. You up. Then we get a shield wall. 3 of you here. The carrion bird, and then the vampire hatchlings forward. And I think we go for ancestral harmony just to get these guys a quick heal. And we pass. Okay, so they're gonna go after our carrion birds to start here, which is an interesting strategy. I've got a Mochi that decided, well, she sat with me for a second. I think she just tried to cause issues. They have left their Lithoran core exposed. We can also take these lads over with the Eldritch Mind Control, which we shall absolutely. They resisted it for the first time. That's pretty brutal. Mobilization and slow is not as effective on skirmish style units, is it? What? Because it missed one unit, it missed everyone? Well, that's stupid. Fair enough. Yeah, move a beat down on this Lithoran core. It can heal up every turn, but we just gotta get some damage on it. Scouts around. Crystal Reflection. Jump in behind the core. Max damage. And then we have the shield boys. How far can you move? Okay, so you're down to no movement. You can still move that far. Pretty impressive. Go ahead and heal here. Deal the damage. This guy's doomed your next turn. Vampire hatchlings. Well. Oh yeah, that's all kinds of dumb. The fact that it missed the mistling, so it missed everyone. I carry bird. You go ahead and use yourself as sacrifice. That is such pitiful damage. And pass. I'm glad to see a miss back. Mistlings are not going to miss. Oh, okay, cool. Volatile charge. 2 damage is nice to see. Should just be able to one shot here, or we could move up and get 3 of you with the web. Which honestly should be enough to kill. 2 out of 3. By a scout. Melee strike you. The mistling is still a little bit further back there. Being a coward. As it does. Generation remove. Let's move up, hit them with the webs. Slowed, but not mobilized. Snack onto these corpses, yum yum. Deal the damage here. Bleeding. 2 Tab, Carrion Bird, you can go ahead and Carrion Feed. Oh, it uses your entire turn? Fair. Let's go for the Ancestral Harmony here. And then we've got a couple other shield units we can sit around the back, I guess. It does seem like a waste. Let's go to here then. Move up into these shrubs next turn. Alright, fun. They're in kite mode now. Flank and miss. That's all sorts of fun. Brave move, but they're poisoned and decaying, so there'll be no more healing after that. Step forward and shoot them twice here. The 55% chance to hit is brutal. You definitely kill the dragon. Fury of the Tuttling Spite. Snack on the dragon. Send in the vampire spiders. Leading in a critical hit, and then you as well. Just for a graze. Slow them so they can't escape. And then probably lastly drop yet another heal. Just to make sure. Yeah, if we lose anything like the Carrion, that's fine because we can bring them back. Or at least Lithel's spell will bring them back. Oh, they're not. Not gonna attack back. Just staying well away from our Eldritch Sovereign. Guaranteed damage is nice. And now they're fleeing because they don't like guaranteed damage. Nice, a miss. And so missing once means you miss all of your attacks. I think that's a little bit too strong, but what do I know? Only a 5% chance to hit. Go for it. I'll take a graze. Yeah, no, they're just gonna hide from my Eldritch Sovereign. That's weak. And we'll just heal and pass. Oh, did you bleed out, fool? Unfortunate. Got a Death Beetle, 69 in production, and then 12 of both food and mana. Not bad. So now we definitely need to spend some turn healing, so let's move back into friendly territory. I'm very surprised all of you survived. Move you on down to see... Oh, this is just the border between us and... Eidgard. Eidgard the Sketchy. Go ahead and grab the Clan Lodge here, gives us additional province annex range, 10 more gold, and then the ability to start putting in special province improvements. Then afterwards, we probably want to go for the Tunneling and Megalith. Plus 4 knowledge per adjacent mushroom forest counts as a conduit, and it must be built on an acquired province. Oh, this is what I thought it was. This is the one that boosts up our knowledge by a crazy amount. It's the same thing with the Alchemist Lab here. We go crazy with knowledge. Cool. Let's go ahead and snag an additional Primal Darter or just another Protector. They've got spiders. Alright, day 7, and we actually have a ton of Imperium to use here. So let's subtract some population from 45 and get our first research post. And then additional for 90. 90's a lot, but we absolutely can't afford this, so we're going to. And then we'll grab... get our way over here towards this double up set of iron. That'd be awesome. So that's what we're gonna pursue. We've got 2 farms. Let's go ahead and grab a forester here. Area excavate. What is this? We must find out. Hopefully it's... oh, is it another vassal? Is it a vassal city under here that we found? We're gonna find out. And here, I guess we can help you guard by getting through the area, and it makes the provinces more bountiful in the process. With the edge of our territory, maximum heals. And I mean, I'd say we're ready to get out and do a little bit more damage. This is a... well, an Umbral Mistress is scary. We can turn the bear around and have it go beat the smack out of them. What are you? A will thief. How cool. It's Spider-Man. Crap, crap, crap. Let's go fight the Umbral Mistress over here. Max health is no problem. If we lose the carrion bird, we get to bring back a beast with the mirror curse. Risky battle? Perhaps. But the rewards are immense. Alright, bring the action. It that hungers is moving. And I would be concerned. Light for the bears. Poisoned, but the other one did not work. Bears deal a astronomical amount of damage. Still gonna try to lure them in. Bows round. Vampire spiderlings. Which honestly is the only unit that is coming in from our wildlife. If we could get them to evolve, that'd be pretty awesome. Bear goes for it. Takes a lot of damage in return. In fact, here we go. We can do mind control. Oh, the copper golem's out of range. How unfortunate. Immune to poison. Let's get some damage on him either way. Not immune to decaying. Shot that bear. Nice 24 damage, and we could go for even more damage. That cannon chained our mind, which is going to be annoying. Try to web them up. Alright, they're slow, so we can at least do some damage without worrying about retaliation. Down to one bear. We'll send the carrion in here. They can be obnoxious to whatever they want. Let's go ahead and heal up our tier 3 unit. And we pass. This is morale. Goes for damage. I'm just gonna kill one of our units. Fair enough. A spider falls. Ain't quite enchant anyone's mind. They're doing a good job of staying away. Start blasting you apart then. 8 damage. Decaying is the good one. That's the debuff we like to see. Rising Fury, we can nearly bring them down. Do some violent carrion gorging, and I'd say we go all in on just taking these guys down here. pin the Umbral Mistress. Down with the metal pole arms, and we'll go ahead and heal these guys again. 30 heals that time. So they've got to move away to do any kind of, and they're going to chain your mind, fair enough. Just deal some damage. A light spike it is. Poisoned and decaying. We'll have a quick battle snack, and then we can move up and go after the Shelmets here. Go for the flank. Enchained or not, we will regain health through slaughtering you. And step forward one and go after the Mistress. That retaliation's pretty brutal. They don't quite kill, but they have a good chance to fumble. If they go after these guys, they will absolutely take them down. Well, move up. Strike them with the axe. Deal as much damage as possible there. And then heal. We'll lose more of our protectors, as they are becoming obnoxious to replace. Goes for some gratitude, makes our lads insane. Don't like to see that. Oh, but it might have just ruined its chances to... We'll see. Ouch. Well, you know where we're shooting then. Umbral Mistress, you must fall. That morale on that one is gone. Hit with a Blight Spike. Gray's decaying and flanked. And the crows, if they go for here, they just lose. Well, I guess we'll go into guard mode then. And heal these guys. What you gonna do about it? Demons? Oh, the demons just run for their lives. No. We will hunt them down. It is what they deserve. Well, I guess our boss is not going to be able to. Move here, pounce in front of them. And then finish them off. Chop. Down with the beast. I think there's one protector. And gained an additional thrall too. 76 production and some heavy armor greaves. We can only move 3 hexes. That seems actually fine. Oh, you can't wear... Yeah, we don't have any legs. That's a problem. Well, we've got our signature skills. Madcaster, gain Chaos Pulse and Expert Channeling. Enemies in a 1-hex radius have one of these random effects happen. Turn into a random tier 1 animal. Sustain damage, gain insanity, become blind, suffer a morale penalty. Frost damage, become frozen, because gain infernal rebirth, become into a gremlin. That's pretty good. Mindbreaker or Fleshweaver. I think Fleshweaver is what we're going to be going for. Eldritch Truth. Sounds very Zinch. Inflicted with madness. And physical, so insane and suffers damage. So you're hurting yourself in confusion and punching friends. Yeah, that's pretty terrifying. Abilities ignore up to 3 resistances, and Fleshweaver gives us possession. Oh, wow. Unit dies, but they come back. Huh. At the end of combat, so you empower them a great amount, but then they fall at the end. Huh. And then Flesh Weave. At the start of combat, gain 2 fleshlings. Seems good to me. We grab a Flesh Weaver. And giving us access to Adaptive Vigor, and then we'll also go ahead and snag the Forgotten Tome Mastery, so we can use that multiple times. Alright, perfect. Let's step back into friendly territory for maximum heals for everyone who needs them. Yeah, we got a lot more stuff to clear out. All these battles being as brutal as they are is slowing us by a good margin, but we're leveling up in the process. Don't have a ton of gold here. So I think we probably want to snag the vendor to fix that up just a wee bit for the future. Vector coming on in, awesome. We go for the mesmerizing draft ritual to give us 50 additional draft. But I think we want to save for the dark knowledge. Dark knowledge. Let's take a quick look at the above world here, because we can see a bit into this territory. Oh, we need to send someone up to grab that food. But it looks like nothing is really kicked off yet. We can only see Celestia, which is not one of his main cities. They have the angelic transformation already. That's probably not Nimue. We'll find out who that is soon. Actually, does it show us? No, it is Nimue. I was wrong. So down here in Yakopolis, they are exploring to the south and putting out another outpost. And then the dwarfs in the deeps cleared the ashen ruins on our expanding. Hey, that belongs to me, sir. But we can't take it from our allies. Alright, well done, Yaka. Let's move up to our own provinces here. And we shall pass through. Alright, day 8. Gold vein found. Lovely. What is that? We still can't see it yet. Chances are it's a tunneling spider shrine, but we will find out. Alright, up next. Do we want the tunneling mon and megalith to go for a heap of knowledge? No, none of the improvements yet. Let's go stone steel for food and production. And then we can go for the storehouse after. Yes, yes. On through and excavate this bit of territory here. One more turn of heals would be nice, but this doesn't look like that big a deal in terms of a force to face, so let's go throw hands. And if the carrion bird dies, we get to turn it into something of equal worth, which I think is the Astral Keeper. Oh, they had a slither hiding. Well, that is so much damage. I think we've already faced one of these guys. They're pretty nasty. We've got what it takes. Let's do it. We get the extra splitterlings when combat begins. Wait, these are fleshlings. What do these do? Oh, they detonate. That's fun. Then with some poison. No, we wanted to detonate it first, that way we can further empower that poison. Get him! Oh, that's awesome. Status vulnerability. Oh yeah, enjoy this decay, friend. As long as I can actually hit you. Whether you can empower them, blow them up, and then bring them back at the end of the thing? That'd be interesting. We're not going to. That would be interesting. Light Spike, the demons over there, giving them poison and decaying. How much health do these guys have? Almost none. Let's roll you over here. Don't blow up. Roll to here. Please don't explode. Just defense mode for now. could kill them, but I think that's pretty unlikely. Let's bring the Protector to here. Ancestral Warden. Our units up. What if we could snack on the falling corpse that was the Fleshling? Seems a bit brutal, but extremely efficient. Slither. Ouch. Not what I expected. Oh, they just take damage every single turn? That is disgustingly powerful. We can only hit one unit. You guys are cheeky. Go ahead and mind control these crows. Or I guess these are carrion. I get them mixed up all the time. Well behind and go for the flanking strike here. That retaliation is way overtuned. The last one was a graze. Hate to see it. Pounce in here and do some good damage. Gonna get flanked aggressively once we do, though. We're going for it. I tend to not want to weaken them till later, but let's blow this one up. Gonna move to here, then go for the web. Mobilizes the unit that doesn't matter as much, but now you will not be retaliating. You can nearly kill in one turn, but if we lose the spiders again, that's not that big a deal. Not a lot of good options there, unfortunately. I'm not sure what the enemy's gonna go for, so let's heal up our Warden. They healed twice? Oh yeah, because they get to steal or remove a debuff. Cool sounding audio there, and they easily are trading upwards here. That is a brokenly powerful unit. Let's kill here. Will they get to slip away? That's so nasty. That's great. Triple shot here weakens the amount of damage they are not taking for being just a tier 2 unit. That is so strong. Let the Warden take the hit. Because we now have the Warden, or the Ancestral Harmony, we can buff up the Ancestral Harmony. We've got the Fury active. We'll put ourselves up to a flanking attack, but we can take these clowns down. Next turn. Heals once. Our crows or our carrier are definitely gone. Missed and killed their own unit. Alright, turns out everything's coming up. Spider God. Blast here. Poisoned and decaying. Oh, sad for you. Yep. We're gonna ignore the healer. Realized I was doing that slightly incorrectly. Big stab. And the darter has to all the way forward. Just the way. And they're down next turn to poison, as long as they don't just go for a heal. Let's see. Goes for a heal? No, just a little bit more damage. It's spite mode. Dies to poison. And then we'll let you move in and get to the final kill there, Ancestral Warden. The Wendigo are hungry. We lost a carrion. We get to replace it with... nothing. Well, sometimes that happens. Well, that looks like a fight we can win easily. So let's advance and do so. No gold for production there. No production rushing, that is. Really want a healer. That's what our next thing we need to summon in. Alright, my flesh monsters. Let's destroy them. Stay far back with both of you. You guys don't go too far up yourselves. Wait for the enemy to move in and catch themselves in the trap. Our extreme lack of health is concerning, but 5 mana for 15 health is the price we gotta pay, I guess. Light Spike, who's the most dangerous? Probably not the Splitterlings. It's these Crocs. Can shoot their webs, so everyone go ahead and fall back. Fleshy Explodey Boy, you can kind of just hang back here. Anything here? How far can you move up? Not far enough to be a threat. Yes, just wait on him. We will heal you. Alright, their patience has been worn thin. We can roll in and blow up with the fleshling. Here, just roll in and detonate on the Spider Matriarch. It's the Tier 2 Ice Spider. He can use webs back as we miss. Yeah, we did get the slow, but not the immobilize. Go ahead and mind control you lot, and then obliterate them. Enjoy being wet, fools. Also, we can just let them duke that out. Taking that damage is not something we want to do, so let's move over just one. We'll get hit with the ice web. With one less spider, it's not as effective. And we can move in and pounce to here. Yep, that works. Go for the heal on definitely the darter. We'll find out, won't we? Doesn't quite kill. The ice web is not that effective. Sweet business. Oh shoot. Well, there goes another protector. Now let's go ahead and wipe out these spiders. And consume them. drop that unit. How much damage are you going to be dealing? Not enough to really matter. And we can go for the almost kill here, followed up by the low dart jump back. Nice. And turn. That's killed. That's not. Shoot twice, we'll let our Eldritch Sovereign finish them off. Boom on you, water spirits. Elemental, lesser elementals of life, if we're in Warhammer. Ooh, we're not getting lucky with the units spawning. Mirror Curse, not happening as often as it should be. That's just the way it is, isn't it? Alright, well we need to buckle down on trying to summon in probably some more units then with the amount of mana we have access to here. 5 throw, so one more gives us the Dark Knowledge Ritual. And we also need to quickly move to dealing with this infestation before it gets worse. Much to do. Alright, day 9 dawns. Basic seafaring is not so useful here. The outpost costing less will be nice, because we can use both military engineering and fruitful integration. Our lack of units now. Oh, yeah, that's not a fight we can win. Just after seeing how tough those bull thieves are. Victory Refinery gives us knowledge and gold per magic material. Don't have any of those in this city. And none of these are very good. Let's go ahead and shuffle. We have no support units yet, so we'll grab the anti-magic tincture. A drop we can actually collect is a miracle sent by the Spider God. That's exactly what those are. They're tunneling spider dens, which is great. This is what we need to put up by our next city. Probably right either in this position or a little bit further in. In fact, let's go ahead and start doing that. Get our second city up and running. 6 to rush here. Absolutely grab the Animist. Wayfarer enchantment, and we pass the turn. Mushroom forests are cropping up all over the place nicely. Each one giving us a little bit more knowledge, too. We're up to 85 knowledge so quickly here. Oh, look. It's Mandor again. From the Fog of War, Mandor of Halciniok, Shira Snowblood, but that's a new character. Oh, she's a cat lady. Cat Queen Shira. Of the Arctic felines. Arctic adaptation, so she's in the north or the deep south. Is a feudal monarchy, so she can have longbowmen. Can't wait to deal with those. Then Fangir, he's the Moonrock Dwarves, which are an arcane set of Dawi. It seems you forgot to invite us to your mad attempt at unleashing cosmic disaster, Mandor says coldly. First, you brought conflict to innocent... Oh, that's Shira. Whoops. First, you brought conflict to innocent worlds, Shira continues. And now, this. Fangir nods silently. He does not fancy frivolous banter. The Covenant has followed the Shadrai to Grexolis. They will do anything to foil your plans. The diplomatic state between all Covenant and all Shadrai changes to war. These fools are trapped in past conflicts, but the victor rewrites history. There we go. Now all of the characters have been discovered here, and that is quite the cast here in Grexolis. We have the Warden to deal with, and then all of the many Covenant that have decided to jump in as well. Your domain has been invaded. Well, that's not exciting. Are you coming in here by yourself to fight me? What on earth? There's only 2 here. We should probably take this fight. Wayfarer enchantment is done. Let's go ahead and get that going. Allows our spiders to move even further. Safe battle. Let's see how Otto handles it. It's a little bit, but that's no problem. We'll take the 12 and 12. A locket of channeling. Casting points. Don't mind if I do. Been very unlucky when it comes to pickups. I cannot lie. Gain very fast movement. Magic attacks gain damage. Let's go for the magic attacks getting a little bit more damage. Up to 16 and 22. Way better. He's coming down to attack the Valley of Many Eyes by himself. That's brave and impressive. I mean, he can easily besiege it alone here. Huh. And what do you, besides being on a Thunderbird, what do you have access to? Yeah, it's a lot of damage. A max tier axe doing something for you, isn't it? It's got a halo kind of stuck on this Godir crown. Okay, well, let's go ahead and actually have our scout swing back up, because we might need the extra reinforcements. You can do some looking through here. Excavate whatever provinces you find. We need to hustle back towards the valley. He may just be trying to burn things and be rude, but... and we'll find out. Let's go Wizard Tower Foundation for even more Imperium. When do we get our first character? In 1 turn. Well, I guess we may just send them, if they're on a spider, as quickly as we can down here to put up an outpost, because we're behind when it comes to that, and I don't want anyone grabbing this territory. That is a lot of tunneling spider temples for us. We may have to go for that phantasmal ritual, we'll see. Or not to. Day 11, and he's coming in to fight us by himself. Dude, what is this blitz we've just been hit with? Raiding party and harass defenders. Okay. We can't get close enough to actually defend. Such is the way, I guess. Grab a Lesser Snow Spirit, which a little bit too far away for me to be super thrilled with. Iron Deposit found. Spawn to heroes offer to join. We've got Beretti, the Fleet-Footed, the Defender. Teko, the Priest, the Prospector, which is probably what we want here. Clear a resource node, and a governed city has an income. Wall Leader. All the units have hit points, damage, or extra hit points, extra defense, extra resistance, and extra damage. And the Explorer is for Golden Wonders. Nah, we'll definitely go for a Prospector. Just extra defense? Nah. All units get more defense. And you're a Trollkin Governor. Welcome, Teko the Priest. Which we're going to rename you immediately. To... well, Snagla is not a mage. You are. So, Sir Snagla Grobspit. The leader of the Red Venom tribe. And kind of the foremost forest goblin, the most important, or at least the most well-known, the most written about of the forest goblin heroes. In fact, let me go ahead and change up his appearance just a little bit here. Alright, Snagla Grobspit emerges. He does have himself a pretty he's got a spider mask. I think he actually is mutated with multiple eyes. He has, I think, 4 or 5 eyes, which we can't do here, but we have him still with the primal blessings flowing through him. He leads the Death Creepers, a very, very effective unit of spider riders, which terrorize. They've been pretty much every single spider goblin Forest Goblin at Victory. Since the dawn of, at least since he's been introduced. Can I not do any recruiting here? Oh, yes, I can. Hang on now. I know I'm allowed to do some recruiting. The city's not happy with us fair, but we can still recruit. Alright. Interesting. Trio comes in by himself to try to fight us. Not something I was expecting. Just a bum rush from the angels here. Huh. Yeah, we'll save the rest of this, because we should get at least one Brawl from fighting him. We'll see. Alright, day 12, and he is going to continue to just attack the valley. I'm not sure what's going on here, but bad strategies are bad strategies. We will go ahead and, again, none of these are great. We'll snag the material refinery, so we've got our special province improvements, and we'll go karate chop this poor clown. Come here, Turiel. It's still a risky battle. But he's rank 19. One versus 6, and it's still risky. We all get to take 20 damage to start. But we do have our ballistas. Alright, let's do this. Get a weighted turn to fire them. Awesome. So the explodey boys to either side here. Turiel alone. I'm not sure what you were thinking. Move in here. Snaggla, you've got your poison, of course. I was gonna bring it across. I can't help thinking I'm being punked here. What is happening? Just sit up there? Oh, he healed. How exciting. I like your grace is gone at least. You know you attacked me, right? I don't have to move on you. Little fleshling, we'll go ahead and move over a couple here. He can't even get in far enough to do any damage, that's why he's just kind of sitting there. Empire Spider forward. I don't think you get any buffs from the walls, so let's just move around this way. Oh, I forget how the taunt works. You have no choice but to come attack him. That's fun. Okay, well, we will not Blight Spike to start. Let's move up and blow up right next to him here. In fact, we probably want to drop down the Miasma. You did on it before, but now you're weakened. We blast you 3 times, give you bleeding at 3 times. And it's resisted each time. He is stuck here. Which is good to see. Give it the Blight Spike. Fleshling, you can move in and go up for the detonation as well. Maximum bleed stacks. Yep, up to 5. Are you close enough that this thing can fire at you? There you are indeed. More bleeding. It's got a way to turn, fair. We'll take it. Didn't get hit the second time, or get poisoned, which is sad. So we know Talariel's killing whatever unit he's fighting. That guy's gone. Hit him with a ballista. Ballista finishes him off. So, L'Oreal, what were you thinking? Guess you weren't. Well, I wanted to hit him more than once. So I wanted to try to finish him off with our general here. Move around and fire one time. That's it. Oh yeah, you get to slip away, don't you? And become steadfast for a turn. Well, I guess he gets to kill 2 units. Oh, that's kind of goofy. Hatchling, you are going to get in the way and fall for your comrades then. I don't quite have the one where I can dispel positive status effects from enemies yet, so we'll just have to wait. L'Oreal. Oh, so he does have to do nothing. Well, go ahead and die for me then, sir. A rank 19 heroes moves in by himself. He takes out one of our units, but we gain 18 food and mana. Not sure what his strategy was there. Also gives us a thrall we need to activate the Dark Knowledge Ritual, giving us extra knowledge in a hurry. That was bizarre. Got a gold vein found down on the side. We'll move around and keep on excavating. Snow Spear, we definitely want you over here in the Valley of Many Eyes. We'll have Snagla go put in an outpost. And the evils that were Telariel have been banished. It's patrolling its domain only, so it probably should not come out and attack us, and if it does, well, one of our units will survive. I'll go ahead and grab their Fruitful Integration and pass. Didn't come to attack us, but did sit right outside. We've got an Animus now. Oh, there's a Phase Beast and a Mage Bane in there. Okay. But you guys calm down. Cuddling Megalith is a lot of additional knowledge. Especially if you put it here on this research post we already have. That should continue to generate with the toddling megalith. Now let's go storehouse. We keep boosting up our food. 15 Materium is a little bit silly, but so many resources down here to pick up. Let's grab another quarry here. We'll get a mine soon too. Up to excavating. Middle section. Come join the army. I guess it could come up and try to start raiding our territory, couldn't it? That would be annoying. There's not much we can do about it either. Let's go ahead and Primal Charger. No, we want an Afflictor. Man, if it wasn't 3 Flow Serpents, I think we could win this one easily. Say more damage because we're elite. I think what we'll do instead is come on down and keep clearing out that one. That's not happening anytime soon. We kind of keep trying to clear out some of these other nodes. So this one with the Druid of the Cycle I think we can handle. I'm going to keep Snagla moving because I want that second city up. We are, like I said, very behind when it comes to that one. Capture Citadel and Telariel's Outpost. Oh, good. Do I want to know? where he's put that. Right here. Splitting the difference between me and Shadowhaven. And it's a bit spooky. Around here, Valley of the Many Eyes has produced a new unit. Alright, we'll go ahead and pass, give it a little one final turn here for today's episode. Alright, day 14. If it wasn't a Will Thief, we could pretty easily win that one. So let's go ahead and bring you on round. We'll face the Druid of the Cycle here. Risky battle, let's see. We lose our Snow Spirit. I actually think I'm completely fine with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Get a Brawl, a Hardy Helmet, 68 production. And we generate a Mirror Mimic. Hello there. Not a unit I've really ever made use of. Transform into enemy non-hero units, copying their status effects and enchantments. Well, fair enough. Welcome, a Mirror Mimic. We also have a Wisp. Wisp and a Mimic. I mean, with that, we can steal we can take over the Will Thief. Umbral Lash units. That seems like we can do some work there. Alright, so we will come on in, put down an outpost in this position, grabbing an Iron Mine, and then we have easy access to both of those. Tunneling Spider Dens. Thank you all so much for stopping on by the beginning to our Grexolis campaign. Started off a little bit strange here. We had Telluriel Kim charging straight down the middle of the battle line to, I guess, test our defenses and die horribly. Let's hope the continuity of the campaign continues to be that wonky. Thank you all so much for coming by. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub though, and I'll see you all in the next one.